Hello everybody, I'm Tim and welcome to Daylight Chaser. We're going to turn some Crocs into a piece of survival gear. I've got a few things here that we're going to chuck in the kit. The first thing is, I found this little pouch. And this is going to be I don't know, it's kind of made of nylon or something, no, polyester. It's a little polyester pouch. I think it was a wallet at some stage, but it's kind of the perfect size to fit across the top of a pair of Crocs. So we're going to kit this out with some gear that, with the right know-how, someone should be able to survive at least 24 hours on their own with just these Crocs. So the first thing I've got, it was a big plastic water container. What I did, I think it was a 5-liter kind of plastic bag water holder. What I've done, I've cut it off so it should be about 2 liters, should be able to hold. And then I've kind of folded it all up on itself to create like a wallet. And I've just duct taped it together. Within that, I'm going to put a Mylar blanket that I've also cut down to just be my head height. Rolled it up and put it inside this little water container. I've also got a little plastic like card sleeve ID holder maybe, and within this I've put a couple of band-aids, a couple of alcohol swabs, a couple of 6 water purification tablets, and I think that's it. That will also slip in to the water container. So I've got a piece of cheesecloth here as well. That can filter out any heavy debris from water. And then within that, there is a wire saw, which are kind of rubbish, but it's compact and it might just get the job done for processing any wood. That's the whole idea of this kit. It's not for day-to-day use. It's kind of just in case, you know? Just in case I'm out doing a poo in the bush and you get lost, lose your camp, all you've got on you is your Crocs and your jocks. And for whatever reason, you're gonna have to stay the night out there. We've also got this tiny little plastic orange whistle. I'm not gonna blow it on camera because I don't want to hurt your ears. But this was off another piece of gear that I had lying around, so I just took the little whistle off. That's pretty small, and that will fit in there as well. For a cutting edge, I've got an Opinel number 4. Super small, super lightweight. It doesn't lock, unfortunately, but it's really nice and sharp. It will get the job done for some basic cutting tasks. And it weighs nothing. Like, I think it weighs like 9 grams or something, so it's perfect to fit in this kit. For fire starting, I've got this tiny little ferro rod. Now I got this from this little Sharple 4-in-1 tool here. It's got like a little file on it, knife sharpener, a whistle built in, and then it has this tiny little fire striker. So I'm just taking the fire striker from this and I'm going to use that in the kit because it's tiny, it's compact, and you should get and meet a good few strikes out of that. Pretty much has a 90-degree spine on it. So if you keep it closed like this, and with my little ferro rod here, I just put it up right up against here. And you can get some sparks off it quite easily. For lighting, I've just got this tiny little USB-C rechargeable torch. I think I just got it off Amazon. It's just like a no brand. I think it's called Lomon, the brand. But I'll put a link to all these items in the description. So if you press it 3 times, you get a little body light on it there. You can press it again, you get a flash. Press it again, you got a UV light. Got red flashing, and really illegal in Australia, but red and blue flashing lights. And then there's just the body light again. hold it to turn it off. Double press will turn on the front beam. And then you click to cycle through the brightnesses. It's got 4 brightnesses. I believe it can do quite a lot of runtime on the lowest moonlight setting. I think it's like 5 lumens. But this thing was like $14, USB-C rechargeable, like waterproof. It's got magnetic base, so you can whack your blade into a tree. Put the torch on like that if you need to do some work with your hands free. So pretty good little torch. Then here I've also got some high strength bank line. I think again it's about 14 arms span lengths of it, which is plenty enough to, you know, knock up a basic shelter or whatever else you might need to tie things to. Also for backup fire starting, we'll have this Bic lighter. You can't go wrong with a little Bic lighter. I'm just going to put a decent length of Gorilla Tape around it. That should do for any quick little patching jobs. You can also start fires with it. It does make it a little bit thicker, but it's handy to have a little bit of duct tape. And then what I've got here is an old card for like an old membership card, and then I've just chopped it in half, and then I've just cut these little divots out on the sides so that I can wrap some fishing line around it. So we'll have like a miniature little fishing kit that will fit in there nicely as well. What I've got is they're not too big really, these little kind of grub lures and a little fake worm. And then I've got a few different sizes of hooks. So what we'll do is lay them along the side like this. So there's 4 hooks on here, 2 little swivels. I was thinking I'll add a sinker, but it might be a bit too big. So I'll just get a little bit of tape. And then maybe with the excess that sticks out the bottom here, stick that nice and flat. So 4 hooks, 2 little swivels, and then I might be able to just chuck a couple of these little grubs in here, like so. 1 little fake worm, 2 little fake little grub things. Just fold this tape over like this. Stick it down. And there we go. So now our hooks are nicely in there. And then I've just got some 10-pound monofilament. And I'll just get one of the edges under this tape around this corner here, just to hold it in. And then I'm going to do a bunch of wraps. So I've got a good amount of fishing line. It doesn't take up much space, and it's got these divots to sit in, so I can put a good amount in there. Sorry for my grubby hands, we've been here camping the night. Good chunk of monofilament. I'll just put my thumb here, cut that. And I'll just tie it on itself. Go around a couple times and pull it. And I'll just leave a little tag hanging off so I know which part to grab. Chop off the start of it here. I haven't seen anyone do this kind of survival kit on a pair of Crocs before. It's kind of similar to the ones you see in the little Altoid tins. I've tried to keep it really lightweight so I don't really notice it on the foot. And it's basically just like a silly little emergency backup on my pair of Crocs that I like to wear around camp and stuff like that. And I'll put it out again to show you. So here's our little fishing kit. Here's our little fire striker. Bic lighter. Whistle. Torch. Knife. Some cordage. Some cheesecloth for filtering and a wire saw. Then our water container with a Mylar blanket and some basic first aid items. So there we go. There's our little Croc kit. Let's put it all together in the little pouch and then secure it to the shoe and see how we go. Hopefully it doesn't burst. Make sure everything's in there nice and snug. And there we go. She's chunky. What I did forget to add to the fishing line, and I might go back and redo it later, is just another bit of fluorocarbon leader. I'm going to put it on my left foot. And I've just got some paracord here, some 550 cord that I'm going to attach it with. So the pouch has this little like carabiner loop, or maybe you'd say. And then I was just going to use there's two zippers on it. I was just going to use one of these zippers as an anchor point as well. I was going to just use these two holes here, loop it through here and tie it off through the loop there. But I just want to see, I might be better off using these front ones actually, and just kind of same with this side, these two here through the loop here. Love the smell of burning paracord in the morning. Not really, it's probably really carcinogenic.
My Alec.
That. Through this bottom zip. Won't be able to use, but I can just access that top zip if I ever need to open this pouch, which I'm hopefully never have to. Super advanced knot here, I'm just doing 2 knots, that's it. It's probably a better knot I could use, but I might, as I said, redo it in the future, but for now, as a demonstration, that should do. Plus, once you singe the ends down on themselves, it's pretty secure. Try not to light my Crocs on fire. The battery died while I did the other side, but there it is secured. It's a bit crude. I might redo how I've secured it, but there it is. Survival Crocs. We'll test them out on the feet, see how they look. You're not going to win any fashion shows with these bad boys. I am a Crocs and socks enthusiast, so no shade. And there is the survival Crocs. You don't really notice it, it just feels like there's a little bit of a floppy thing on your toes. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was fun to do. It's good to have a little backup survival kit on you at all times when you're out and about and camping, you know, hiking, bushwalking, wherever you might bring your Crocs, if you're an outdoor Croc user. In the future, I would like to try and survive with just these Crocs for at least 24 hours. So make sure you guys subscribe and hit the notification icon if you want to see that. But for now, I'm gonna hike back out of here. Maybe not in my Crocs, but I'll see you guys on the next one. See ya. Cheers.